Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video, we are going to venture into a new form of art, that is models made from Perler beads or fuse beads. Today we are going to look at the basics of it, and then we will be making more complex portraits out of these fuse beads. So this is a small kit that I got when I was abroad. I just thought that I will try it out and see if I can convert it into portrait making, which is my most favorite form of art, that is making portrait out of different materials. So this is the box that I got. It has all the materials that is required for making a small model out of the fuse beads. So let's quickly open this and see what all we have got. So I had to open it carefully, otherwise the beads are going to spill out everywhere, which I was afraid of. Then I will have to pick it up one by one. So the back cover contains the model images, how they are going to look like after you have constructed the models. And what I had tried was the dragon one, because that looked more beautiful. The same base that they have provided was applicable for both the models, but I wanted to build the dragon because it has more number of beads. Then they also had a small guide in different languages, which basically talks about what you need to do. So basically the process step by step. Not much details are there, but there are some instructions that you need to follow, especially on the last part of the model making, wherein you apply hot iron on top of it. Then there is a ironing paper. This is basically what you put on top of the beads before you iron the beads together. That's why they are called fuse beads, because when you iron them, they join together with each other after melting. Now this is a very custom peg board. We call it peg board because there are small pegs on top of the board. Now typically you get rectangular peg boards wherein you can form any shape that you want, but this one is specifically designed for these two models. So you cannot use it for generic purposes. You can just use it for building these two models as illustrated on the paper that you see on the left hand side. So this is a peg board, and you just have to follow the design that is mentioned there, and match the colors on the design with the colored beads that has been provided with it, and then you can finally get your model. As you can see that we have the beads also. These beads are 5 beads. So typically you get 3 varieties of beads. We have the mini beads, which are like 3 beads. Those are very small. Then we have midi beads, which are 5 beads, which is the typical beads that you see in the market. And then we have something called as maxi beads, which are quite big. I have never used it, so I don't remember the exact size of it, but those are the ones that are used to build bigger models. Next, you are going to need a curved forceps to actually pick the bead. You cannot pick it with a straight forceps. You need a curved forceps or curved tweezers for it. You just put the whole tweezer inside and let it expand, and it will hold the bead together. Or you can also hold it from the side between the two arms of the forceps. And then what you need to do is that you need to pick up beads one by one and then place it in the exact same order as it is displayed on the image. Now this is a very simple process. You just keep on placing the beads one by one, but you have to remember few things which I will talk about in a while. It's a very satisfying process. Obviously this, you just have to quietly do it, and if you are stressed out, and if you want a mental relief, this is the kind of activity that actually helps you out. So just be careful with the beads. First thing that you really need to take care of is that you have to remember that until the entire model is over, you cannot move the pegboard too much, because it might actually jostle the beads, and the beads might come out of the pegboard. Then you'll have to put them again. See, remember, the beads are not fused together until you iron them at the end, and you cannot iron them until you have completed your design. So if possible, try to complete the designs, especially as small as this one, in one sitting. If you are not able to do it in one sitting, make sure that your design is not disturbed by anybody within the house. Like for example, if you have pets in the house or somebody tries to move the pegboard and whatnot. So you have to ensure that it doesn't move. It's okay with 5 beads. They don't come off that easily, but if you are using 3 beads, even a slight movement or even a small burst of air, if you breathe too fast on the beads are going to come out of the pegboard, and I have actually experienced it, so I know. So you have to be very careful of what you are making. And then lastly, this is just a simple process. You just keep doing it without a break. It's up to you how you want to do it, but you just have to follow the design. In case you misput a certain bead, you can just refer to the design again and just count the number of beads that you have put, if they are matching with the with the count in the image or not. So that's a good way of doing it. Just count the number of beads in a certain section of the design and see if it is matching with the count that you have put. If it is matching, then it's okay. If it is not matching, then you have done some mistake and you need to correct it. So here is a quick time lapse of me building the entire model. Again, like I said, this is just a jump starting point for me to make something complex, which will be most probably the next video, that how to make portraits out of it. But this was quite a satisfying process for me. Once you are done with it, then comes the next step, that is making sure that these beads stay together and they do not come out once you remove them from the pegboard. That means that they are connected together, and that's the step that is the most crucial, and that is where a lot of mistakes happen, especially if your beads are small. Mistakes might not happen with the 5 beads, the ones which we are using, or with maxi beads, the bigger beads. I think they are 8 or 10 you might not face that many problems with the bigger beads, but with the smaller beads like 3 you definitely face a lot of problems. So what you need to do is that take out that ironing paper. This is no special paper. This is essentially just a butter paper which we use for baking also. And then use a iron. And in the instruction book, they have given the temperature setting. So for midi beads like these ones, you require medium to high. For maxi beads, you require higher temperature. And for mini beads, that is the 3 beads, you require a lower temperature slightly. As you iron it, you will see the color of beads coming out from the butter paper or the ironing paper. That's the signal that the beads are fusing together. So what is happening is that the top of the beads is melting and meshing together with each other, and you can easily see that happening through the ironing paper also. And when you feel that yes, that you have done enough, all the beads have melted and combined together, that's the point when you stop. Give it a few seconds and then gently remove the ironing paper and see if the beads have joined together or not. If they have not, you can put the ironing paper again and do a little bit more ironing. Now at this point, the beads will be warm and hot, so you have to be careful when you are removing it. Especially if a child is doing this, the ironing should be done by a parent or a guardian. Do not let children near the hot iron. It might hurt them. And when you are removing it, you will see that the top is glistening. It's still melted. It takes a little bit of time for it to settle down. So either you can wait for it to cool down completely, or you can gently remove it, making sure that the whole model does not break at any point. So here is the output. As you can see, I am gently removing it. So if you have done it correctly, the entire model should be interconnected. All the beads should be interconnected to each other, and you reverse it, and that's the side that is used for the display, not the side on which you have iron. And these small circles, they look really cute. I mean, it's like putting colored circles and making a figure out of it. And I think that's the whole purpose of these fuse beads and perler beads. And this has come out really cute. I really loved making this. This was done very quickly. I think in less than 15-20 minutes I was able to complete it, and it was a fun thing to do and gave me a little bit of experience on the ironing and the temperature control and everything and how to do it, which helped me a lot in my second work also, which I'll be publishing very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned the basics of fuse bead and perler bead, and in the next video we'll be doing much more complex art of it. If you guys liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel for more videos on different forms of arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.